All right. So it's good to see so many faces that we recognize here. My name is Don Berger. It's spelled Dan. It's an Israeli name. Wait till you hear how my business partner's name is pronounced and spelled. I'm here to talk about social tables. I'll be quick since I'm last, but basically we solve the biggest problem everyone has, seating charts. Quickly about us. I'm Don. I'm a developer. Oh, sorry. Thank you. I'm a developer. I'm an MBA. I've organized over 100 events, and I've worked at a bunch of startups. Peter, spelled P-I-O-T-R, it's Polish, is my co-founder and other developer, and he's done a bunch of awesome stuff, including work at Time and all these great institutions. And he actually organized his own wedding. So we know a thing or two about events. Next slide, please. Seating charts. Seating charts suck. Look at this guy. He says, "This is murder. Don't ever get married, guys." There's a plethora of these to be found, but you know how much of a nightmare it is, so let's move on. Introducing social tables, the world's most intelligent seating chart software. Let me tell you why. Next slide, please. So the average event, and this is for wedding stats, and I'll tell you about our timeline in a second, but the average seating chart, the average event planner spends 6 hours creating a seating chart. We shave off at least 2 hours and up to 4. For bigger events, for galas and such, we save a dozen hours at least. And 64% of event planners say they're not satisfied with their current seating chart solution. So we have a solution for you all. How does it work? First, you create an event. This is going to be quick. Next, you add guests. The cool thing is, by the way, oh, it's not that quick. The cool thing is that you actually group your guests together. So you can say your platinum sponsors have a certain color, your gold sponsors have another color, and then you can color code them and then seat them much easier that way. Next slide, please. And then you seat them through a drag and drop interface, which I'll show you in a second. And finally, the coolest part about social tables and how we got our name is that it's social. Next slide, please. At the event planner's discretion, you can publish the seating chart ahead of time so that guests see where they're seated. And they can start interacting with one another. Or if you would like, you can make it happen, previous slide please. If you'd like, you can make it happen after the event so that they don't see where they're seated. So what I'm really psyched to tell you about tonight is I'm going to show you our new design. And nobody's ever seen it before besides me and Peter. And I'm psyched to show you, so let's keep going. This is what it looks like right now. It's a pretty static seating chart with drag and drop features, drag the name into a table, and that's it. Next slide, please. It's got really cool features like drag and drop guests, guest grouping, like I mentioned. You can actually have multiple planners. You can name tables, and you can print and export everything. Next slide, please. And we've gotten awesome feedback. And we started out in the wedding space because weddings are a great litmus test. They're seated events. Brides are very, very engaged. No pun intended. And they love to use technology to address their needs. So they give us all this great feedback. In fact, we're one of the brides featured on David Dotero's My Fair Wedding, use social tables. We've had mothers of grooms use us. We've had festival organizers use us. So we've gotten really, really awesome feedback. But then I went out and I talked to all of you guys. And I know so many people here because I've talked to you and sat down with you and gotten feedback about what the hell we have to do better. And now that we got weddings out of the way and we do that really, really well, we're going to do galas, balls, fundraisers, et cetera, really, really well. And this is how. Next slide, please. Some key metrics. We launched in May. We have a great social following. We have over 2,000 users. We've done 600 events, and we've sat 42,000 guests. And we've been featured in 35 articles with 0 marketing spend. So we're doing something right. Okay, drum roll. So here's what's next. This is the new social tables. It's completely revamped, pannable, zoomable, iPad friendly, and much cleaner, much more airy, and everything can be moved. So you can actually move these tables around, and you can add furniture, you can add all kinds of lounge furniture, all kinds of things that you would find in an event that you would actually put on a floor plan, you can add with the new social tables. Next slide, please. We're going to have some awesome new partnerships announcing in the first quarter of next year, and one of them I'm really psyched to say is Event Farm. Anybody using Event Farm can actually use our seating chart software seamlessly starting now. You're going to have group accounts, so if you have an event planning company, you can actually have multiple users, so everybody can access it. You can share it with clients like Google Docs, view mode, edit mode. They can edit in real time. like I said, tablet ready, and it's proportional to the floor plans. And we look forward to working with sites like OnBookin, excuse me, I'm using your forum name, like OnBookin to integrate all the floor plans into what we have. Next slide, please. And that's it. If I talk to anybody today, or Peter talks to anybody today, we'll invite you to our private beta and give you some really neat free stuff. So thanks.